हम्म, स्टोरी मुझको ये नाइट वाट है बोल बड़ा। हाँ पे भी अंदर चलते हैं गेम खत्म पे।
All right, you little munchkin. If you keep pestering me, I'm gonna have to get serious.
हाँ भैया
I get 100 kids a day telling me they want to be the next Pyro Archon. Why should I train you? Nagging isn't gonna accomplish anything.
सर नहीं से
No one
छोड़ा
can
था
predict the
और
future, and
कंटिन्यू
unless you have some exceptional jaw-dropping talent I'm unaware of.
I can shoot those cornflakes in your kitchen from right here.
Don't be ridiculous. You couldn't make that shot from all the way over here? Wait, hold on. You could hurt someone with that. Well, I'll be. You made the shot. The science of the canopy rays
क्या
are
गुरु सा
tough.
लग रहा है
That's some real skill you got there, little lady. Maybe you really will be Pyro Archon one day.
बन चुकी ऑलरेडी अच्छा उससे नहीं आ सकता क्यों आता है
See this? I'm the first one of us to get an ancient name. And it's not just any ancient name, but Malipo.
Oh, Lipo.
If you ask me
You're
nicely,
fine.
there's still time to join my team for the pilgrimage, you know. No need to scowl.
I'll get my own ancient name soon enough.
Oh, really? Well, good luck with that. Unless...
छोड़ आ गया हमने और कोई भी है कोई Who are you?
Fantastic. Can't believe I beat you in a wrestling match for once. Can't be more than a few days now until you're officially made the Pyro Archon.
Imagine
Imagine me trying to schedule a wrestling session with you
After.
after. Excuse me, Pyro Archon.
Mhm.
But would you be able to take a day off from running the nation to wrestle with me? I
Okay.
heard that the Pyro Archon inherits the knowledge stored in the sacred flame. And apparently it can change your personality.
Worried that you won't be able to beat me in a wrestling match anymore?
Why would I be worried about that? Never mind. Clearly I'm just overthinking things. Why would you forget about me just because of some new job? Even if that job happens to be Archon. Come on. One more round.
और क्या राउंड ही राउंड अपनी असफलता की सीढ़ी देख रही है कितने लोग आए थे सफलता की सीढ़ी में
After the darkness will come the dawn. No one fights alone.
ओके सब लोगों ने जो ज्ञान दिया उनकी मेमोरी दे इसके तक
For Natlan!
Look at the sky. It's getting brighter at last.
सबरी मेमोरी आ रही है।
We walk the righteous path, and the Pyro Archon will guide us.
किधर जा रहे हैं दादाजी?
The victors shall burn bright, while the losers must turn to ash. I have done what is required of me. The rules are now written into the Night Kingdom, and this will help you to stand against the Abyss.
It is still not enough. All this can do is give my people courage. They
Okay.
will not see us through a true catastrophe. If you are to make the Natlanese alone bear the consequences of a broken world, you will have to bring more to the bargaining table.
You are the greediest human I have ever met, and the fiercest negotiator. No other would seriously ask to borrow my power. My domain is death, and its power comes at a great price. The question is, are you prepared to pay?
I need that power. Only a hero can truly wield it.
No. A fear of death is ingrained in all. Those are the rules.
Mine is a nation that will not yield to the Abyss. As their culture and civilization is transmitted through the generations and their faith grows, the people will go from
Very well. I shall agree to help you. But I am merely a shade, and I do not have as much freedom to do as I please as you might think.
Then what do you propose?
Keep this a secret. If I am questioned about it, I will deny all involvement and claim that treacherous Shibalanke stole my power.
That will not be a problem. Thank you. I am glad we could reach an agreement.
Come in.
आपने
As
तो
you know, I've asked you to come here to discuss the task of wiping out the Abyss. Oh, but first, any progress on the ancient name?
I receive a gift from the Lord now.
I'm surprised she was willing to help you, and by extension me. I'm very grateful to her.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't the whole point of the ancient names for winning that huge battle? Why would the Traveler still need one by this point?
Because she wants me to join her final
That's
battle.
right. The Abyss has retreated to the depths of the Night Kingdom, a place that has long since been corrupted by abyssal energy. If we don't finish them off and restore the ley lines, the threat they pose to Natlan will remain. The battle we fought yesterday, we may one day have to fight again. This is the fate Natlan has always been resigned to. For thousands of years, we have struggled on the brink of a looming, but this time, I want to break the cycle and free us from this fate for good. With the sacred flame, I can protect myself from the abyssal corruption, but beyond that, you are the only other person who can resist it. If your ancient name can't be forged, I will go alone. But
Wow.
if it can, I'd really love your help. Not completely. After all, the Night Kingdom is still plagued by abyssal corruption. But when I used the power of the Divine Throne, it dispelled a lot of that corruption. Plus, your ancient, in short, the Ode of Resurrection still has a
Good.
number of limitations, but I can promise that it will work
ठीक
reliably
है
on you.
ठीक है Good, then I will join your battle. Sounds like I am your only option. ये तो हमारी तारीख बात हो गई जो बोलता है
Whoa. Are we forgetting something here?
Hmm.
What about Paimon? What's her place in all this?
You need to stay behind.
What? You mean we'll be separated?
The Abyss is extremely devious. If you two go there together, You can bet they'll make Paimon their primary target just to put us in an impossible position.
Paimon wasn't that worried, but now she's petrified. What will you do without me?
A complete mess, I am sure, but only short time.
Okay, well, Paimon needs to think about this because you're really asking a lot of her, but we'll give Paimon some time and she'll do her best to rise to the challenge.
I greatly appreciate it. Everyone in Natlan knows how important this final battle is. You will be remembered and revered long into the future, until the end of time. If you have any other questions, please ask away.
देख बेटा सामने ही सामने है बढ़िया बता रहा हूँ मैं कह रहा हूँ मुझे कुछ कहना चाहती हो उससे
As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask away.
Okay.
The work of rebuilding is underway, and people are flocking to join the effort. With everyone rallying together, I'm sure it won't be long before there's no trace left of the damage done by this war. The healing process, on the other hand, that's a bigger obstacle to overcome. Many are grieving, and there's simply no replacing the ones we lost. As the sun rises once more and we rediscover the ability. As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask away.
About the false sky.
False sky. I have heard this expression before, but I think this was the first proof of its existence. I think there's a lot of investigating to be done to understand what the fragments behind the sky are and why they were hidden in the first place. However, from what the Adventurers Guild tells me, neither the split sky phenomenon nor the fragments have ever been observed in any other nation. My guess is that the Heavenly Principles wants them kept a secret.
Oh, you should be fine. We did something much crazier back in Fontaine and we're still...
Well, that's good to know. Anyway, the line I'm going with for the masses is astronomical anomaly. Meanwhile, we can look into it at our own pace. As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask. False sky. I think there's a lot of however, from what the
Oh, you should be fine.
Meanwhile, as I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask away. That wasn't their souls we saw, but a snapshot of them in time. All the work of the ancient name engravers 500 years ago, who made some special modifications to their names. Their souls returned to the Night Kingdom long ago, and will have been reborn in Natlan since, albeit in a different form. For all we know, they may have already lived many new lives by now. And so, even though we will never meet again, they will always be by our side in one way or another. I think that gives another layer of meaning to the phrase "no one fights alone." As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask away. We have a temporary alliance, but I can tell that saving Natlan is not his only goal.
Yeah, Paimon still doesn't get why saving Natlan would be so important to him in the first place. Unless he's just a good guy who wants to avoid another Conria. But somehow Paimon doubts it's that simple.
I wouldn't worry too much. Based on all the interactions we've had with him and knowing more about his background, I have a lot of respect for him. I don't think he has any ill intentions. Now, we should focus on the final battle. As I've said, if you have any other questions, please ask away.
हो गया अब क्वेश्चन नाम हो गया मेरे क्वेश्चन खत्म कर दे दो जान दे मुझे पे जान दे एक बार में लंबी छलांग भाई खतरनाक हाथ लगे
The outlander with deep ties to this land returns.
ओके जी आ गया
And this time, he is
alone.
The power that the Pyro Archon used to strike back at the Abyss came from the Ruler of Death. From what I know of her rules, she will demand death in return.
How do you know this? I see. So, the ruler of death sent you on your long journey.
Natlan still has a final battle to fight, and I too have a final foe to face. For the sake of those countless lost souls, and a hope for Natlan's future, I need your help.
I need your help. Okay. समझ रहा हूँ ये कहाँ किस जगह जाना चाहता किसी का खाना है ये? मुझे तो उसका लग रहा था हाँ खाना मत तो यार खाने की जरूरत नहीं है इतनी भीड़ दे ये खाना नहीं अबे नहीं चाहिए यार बताओ अपना काम करता हूँ अपना काम कर
Rise with the sun! Full throttle!
ठीक है जी बना क्या करना है अब कुछ नहीं करना था रखना है क्या वही अल्लाह
Something to add to my collection.
एक बार में भाई तो चल भी रहे हैं यहाँ से पूरा दरवाजा है उसके लिए क्या करना है आगे का कोई ऑप्शन The location is currently being used only other तो कौन सा अदर कोई समय बताओ तो ये कहाँ पे है क्यों आ गया करके आता है पता नहीं कौन सा फिर से भाई हमने नहीं करा देख के आता देख के आता है क्या चीज है
This shop looks popular today. Wonder what the occasion is.
ये न्यू पाइमन की आवाज है
Butterfly Dew Cosmetics now on sale. Oh, Seedween's here too. Hey there, Seedween! Hello there, Traveler and Paimon. I hope you're keeping yourselves fit and healthy. You bet we are. So anyway, what are you doing here, Seedween? The Duke insists I take regular vacations in the Court of Fontaine. This one just so happened to coincide with a promotion for a new skincare product. Wait, you write? For a magazine? It's called Beautés en Fleur, and it's run by the Fontaine Beauty Association.
अबे वो नया वाला है ये तो कुछ नया
What's so weird about that? Everyone... I really like this role. The staff at Cosmetics... Well, they sure don't want to make an enemy of the Remark... Obviously, it's because of Seedween's love for beauty. Still, the truth is, I study this field because I cherish my own appearance. It has nothing to do with being beautiful or not. Oh, the words of a master beautician defy company.
Yep,
Not really. Actually, Melusine aesthetics are very different from human ones. If I had to describe our approach, I'd say it's based on
Cute na.
cuteness.
Wah.
Oh! Yep. Still, I really value my current appearance. It turns out, my knowledge and experience is pretty popular with beauty product lovers. Oh, Paimon gets it now. But speaking of...
नहीं.
Ooh, wait, sorry. That was probably really offensive, was... No, I don't mind. I'm not mixed, though. If you're interested, I could tell you the story. A shape-shifting story? Oh. Once upon a time...
आप ये स्टोरी बताइए लंबी चौड़ी.
Long ago, humans rejected Melusines, and Melusines feared humans. There was one Melusine who became fascinated with human medicine, but no human wanted her help. And there was one girl who liked Melusines, so no humans would make friends with her. So, the Melusine became the girl's friend, and the girl became the Melusine's patient. Your checkup's all done. You're still in perfect health. Thank you, Dr. Melusine. In this game of doctor and patient, a friendship was born. Then, one day, the girl fell ill. The Melusine was the only doctor to arrive on time, but the adults sent her away.
Scram! Melusines can't be trusted!
So just because I'm not human, I can't save my best friend? In desperation, the Melusine approached the frightening witch. She begged and begged until she got a reply.
If you take this potion, concocted of sin, you will gain a human face and grow human limbs. But then, you will lose everything that attracted this friend of yours to you in the first place. Can you accept that?
The Melusine did not hesitate for very long. On a rainy night, a little doctor knocked on the girl's door. The doctor wore a hood and raincoat, maybe to protect her from the rain, but maybe also to hide a secret. The little doctor held the girl's hand and treated her illness, just as she had so many times before. Dawn came, and the little girl's condition improved. But the little doctor was long gone, for she knew her friend would never recognize her again. And so, since then, I've lived my life in human form. Most people who know me just think I was born this way. Ooh, a witch? A potion? Why does this sound like a fairy tale? Trust me, it's a true story. Must be the way you told it then. It just sounds so... Yeah, not every Melusine would take human form to save their human friend. That must have been a huge decision. Treating patients is a doctor's duty. We must always find a way, even when the going gets tough. Ugh. It's so crazy that they turned you away just because you were a Melusine. Well, sometimes appearance can be a real barrier. Paimon too!
Here's attention customers! Thank you all for waiting. Now, on behalf of our skincare partner, I'm delighted to announce that our exciting new product is now...
Oh, there we go. But really? Personal advice right from a leader of the Fontaine Beauty Association?
Allow me to introduce our newest skin lotion, Butterfly Dew. I'm sure many of you have already read about this product's trials in the newspapers. To say that it improves skin quality is an understatement. This product gets its name from the way it transforms your skin and makes it glow anew, like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis and spreading its wings for the first time.
We are thrilled to have the inventor of this fantastic product with us here today. Please welcome Mr. Rawat, a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. Now, without further ado, I'll hand over to Mr. Rawat to tell you all about what Butterfly Dew can do for you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Rawat, and I developed Butterfly Dew.
Wow, he's a researcher? Wow, he's really challenging the stereotype.
It seems that everyone is surprised by my entrance. Or should I say, I'm well aware that researchers are generally better known for their brains than their dashing good looks. In that regard, I do believe I break the mold somewhat. Of course, appearance is a skin-deep way of defining a person. And yet one's appearance can be a very real set of shackles, holding a person back in their life. It can rob a young person of their self-confidence when applying for a job, dissuade a young lady from approaching the one she loves. Our actions are at the mercy of our appearance, and... But what if I told you that those shackles can be broken? If our appearance prevents us from changing, then let us first change our appearance itself. Wash away moles, birthmarks, and wrinkles, and they can no longer rob us of our confidence. Replace them with luster and radiance, and we shall never again hang our heads in shame. That is why Butterfly Dew exists. Its mission is to allow us to shed our pupae, undergo a complete metamorphosis, and embrace a new life.
Well, whether it actually works or not, after that speech, Paimon's already sold!
Mr. Rawat, could I ask if you've used this product yourself?
Of course, I tried it many times while I was testing it. You can consider me a product ambassador.
Wow, then it's sure to work!
Still, I don't expect to convince you just by blowing my own trumpet. So, could I get a volunteer from the audience to try it out?
पाइमन को मत दियो देख हर जगह बन जा रही है Sidwin.
Oh! What an honor! It appears we have a giant of the Fontaine Beauty Association here with us. In that case, Miss Sidwin, could we seek your most expert opinion on this product?
Sure.
पाइमन का मोना मेरी
Whoa, is that Romaritime flower? They say she's the pickiest user of skincare products in all of Fontaine.
Here you go.
Well, it's very kind to the skin, and the absorption rate is high. Even for Fontaine, this is a first-rate product. Wow, now that's high praise!
I'll take one. Any discounts?
All right. Well, all that remains for me to say is, Butterfly Dew is now on sale!
Wow, yo.
Think we should buy a bottle too? Of course you bring up Mora. Fine, Paimon will pay out of her own pocket, and
Wow.
even share it with you.
but
There,
again.
does that sound fair?
but
And if you're worried about whether it's the right product for you, well, luckily for us, Sidwin's here.
It's an honor to receive such high praise from you. To be honest, I was also hoping you might be able to point out some flaws in the product so I can keep improving it.
With
Wow.
most skincare products, the pros and cons only become apparent with long-term use. Yet, this one has instant benefits, improving skin quality without any obvious side effects. It's one of a kind. Don't worry though, I plan to keep using it, and I'll publish regular reviews in Beauté Sans Fleur. You can...
Oh, I was hoping for a more casual conversation, but you are a beauty association leader after all. I understand.
Sidwin? Oh, excuse us, Miss Beauty Expert. But do you think this product is a good choice for me and him?
Humaning only me.
Wait, are you the renowned traveler?
That's right, and by his side, the equally famous Paimon.
Well, I don't normally handle customer questions personally, but since it's the traveler asking, allow me to make an exception. Butterfly Dew is made for all skin types, so no matter who you are, you can rest assured that it will be kind to your skin.
Why would it work better?
In the interests of protecting my trade secret...
alright then.
Save yourself the trouble. I'd be greatly honored...
Yay! Paimon's private fund survives!
I can see why you might think that, but to me, finding new customers for Butterfly Dew is about meeting...
admirers of...
It's nothing to be ashamed of, Miss Paimon. This is a fact of life. It's only natural for people to desire to become beautiful.
You're right. Everyone loves beauty, don't...
अबे
Time.
ठीक है भाई.
My apologies, but I have other things to attend to. I'll leave you with these 2 bottles of Butterfly Dew, and I look forward to...
Paimon, I'd say there's no need for you and the Traveler to use this product for now.
No?
Why? Is there a problem with it?
The quality is fine. I just think there's room for improvement. I think I could add some ingredients to the mix to make it more effective.
Really? Then why didn't you tell Robot about that?
Researchers are very special. You can point out their flaws to their face and they won't mind very much. If I'd mentioned it, he probably wouldn't have given you those 2 bottles for free.
Huh, fair enough, that makes sense.
अबे चल.
If you're interested
बातें
When
करते.
you say more effective...
As for me, it's probably time I got...
Alright, see you then.
कितनी बातें करते हैं ये कुत्ते. काम धंधा है इन पे बातें करवा दो. अरे दरवाजा है इधर. ओके. कोई सोचो इधर क्या है भाई. वो जाना क्या? 450 मीटर दूर है.
Try and stop me!
बाहर ही जाना भाई. पहले यहाँ चलते हैं. अंदर चले.
Just up ahead, Traveler. The ingredients for siege wing should be nearby.
क्या है यहाँ पे? यहाँ पे तो फायदे.
Burn it down!
It's justice o'clock! With a cheap shot!
Light it up!
आगे. है भाई. बारिश होने लगी. वैसे तो बारिश नहीं. नीचे मौसम कैसा ठंडा है. वो तो बारिश हो रही है. काफी अंदर काफी. कब तक जाती है? जय माता साहब.
Oh, you're dripping wet. That must be uncomfortable. Let's take a break. I'll use my fire to dry you off.
एक सेकंड. सिलेक्ट कैसे कर? और तू पानी के अंदर कैसे? तरह बुलाओ. मार दिया.
Great! That's everything! Let's head to the Fortress of Mirapede!
तेरा पर. Fortress of Man. क्या कर सकता हूँ? Siegewin. अच्छा यहाँ पे है।
Whoa, the infirmary is packed.
Please, you have to believe me. I saw it with my own eyes last night. Another me. He looked exactly like me.
Got it? Okay. I've written down everything you told me. Now, I have a few tests to run. Take a deep breath and don't worry. It's nothing to be nervous about. First, which finger am I holding up?
Your index finger, but
Index.
I'm telling you, my mental state is fine. I'm not crazy.
Very good. Now, on to the next.
Hey there, Your Grace. It's been a while, huh?
Ah, it's you two. Indeed it has. I would offer...
No worries. Actually, we were looking for...
This inmate came running to the guards in a panic, claiming to have seen his exact doppelganger.
A doppelganger?
Doppelganger.
Doesn't that just mean someone else kinda looks like him?
And that's what I thought when the report first reached my desk. But we've inspected our records. No one even vaguely resembles him. Considering how certain he is of what he saw, I can only surmise that he's having some mental issues. So I brought him for a medical evaluation.
All right. Very good. Take a sip of water and rest for a bit. Evaluation complete. I couldn't find any symptoms pointing to a physical condition.
I see. So do you still believe there's more likely to be an issue with his mind than his body?
I have to assume so for now. Psychological issues are more difficult to detect. At this stage, we can at least confirm that he is in command of his cognitive faculties.
The rumor mill will go crazy if word of this gets out. Guards, take him to the ward for a period of observation. The Marechaussee Phantom has requested my cooperation on a case, otherwise I'd deal with this myself. Sorry for the trouble, head nurse, but I'll have to leave this to you.
No problem, Your Grace. I'll add him to my observation list.
By the way, we have a couple of guests here who've made the trip just to see you. I imagine it must be important. You probably won't need to add them to your observation list, though.
Oh, Traveler! Paimon, it's you!
Hey there, Cedrine! It's actually not that important, but...
I'll be in my office if you desperately need me.
Okay, bye-bye!
भाई नींद क्यों आ जाती है?
So, Cedrine...
Siegewin. You are a Siegewin. Cute Siegewin.
Would you mind waiting for just a moment? I have another patient to see. Oh, sure!
Siegewin, we've brought him. And he seems to have taken...
Okay, don't panic. Let's start by sitting him down here.
Paimon had no idea how busy it can get for Cedrine. Maybe now's not the time to ask for her help with skincare. Good point. Besides, it might actually be interesting to observe...
Well, this could hurt. So I suggest you take a deep breath first.
Did his face melt? What happened to him?
It's anyone's guess. His face melted off shortly after arriving at the fortress. But since he's a serious offender, this is gonna be awkward.
The Marechaussee Phantom?
Yup, it was a huge case. They bagged a few dozen crooks in one fell swoop. And this guy's the baddest apple of the bunch.
You done gawking?
Not yet. I need to check the severity of your ulcers to decide the right dosage. Don't worry. We Melazines have a very different sense of aesthetics from humans. To me, he just looked like a little kitty with slightly scruffy fur, but...
Don't patronize me. Do I look like a kid to you? Just give me the meds and let me out of here. I already missed my cell.
Hey, lose the attitude. You dare talk back to our head nurse like that again, your days are numbered.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to apply the medication now. Tell me if it hurts, alright?
Look how nice Cedrine's being. And he still talks to her like that? What a nasty piece of work.
Can I leave now?
Wow, not a peep. What a brave little guy.
Thank you, Siegewin. And I apologize for the trouble.
So, Traveler, Paimon, did you bring the ingredients?
We did, but we don't want to interfere or anything. You're busy saving lives here.
Oh, don't be silly. I agreed to it, didn't I? Just hand me the ingredients, and I'll make some time to whip it into the improved version for you. Take a rest here if you want. Or, if you're not tired, I hear they're holding a new pancreation tournament in the administration.
Or alternatively, is there anything we could help you with, Sage? That's right. Let us help you.
Good point. Kind-hearted humans start to develop guilt if they accept free help from others. Don't worry. I'll take a look at my schedule. I'm sure I can find something to treat this condition. I gotta warn you, though. It'll be tiring work.
We're ready, Seedween. What's our first mission?
I found the perfect job for the traveler. First, I'd like you to lie down in this bed.
What for?
I need you to pretend to be sick.
What?
Oh, is it that difficult? I thought you did a pretty good job last time.
Oh, so you knew.
I sure did. He was way more interesting than the usual malingering inmates. And you played a...
Well, this is awkward.
No time to explain. My next patient will be here any second. Oh, please, just do as I say. You can, pretend like you've got a nasty headache.
Okay.
मेरे पास से लेटे ही कहीं और बैठे
Hey, Doc, it's me. I'm only here because my mom won't stop pestering me about it.
Well, your mother has enough on her plate with a busy job.
I know. I shouldn't treat the place like a playground. Shouldn't go swimming in the lower levels where we join up with the sea, because it'll give me a cold and distract her from her work. I thought I'd be able to have some fun here at the fortress for a few days, but it's always, don't do this, and don't do that.
All right. Sit yourself down and I'll take your temperature. Your fever still hasn't gone down. Well, here's your medicine.
But Doc, it's so bitter. Do I really have to drink it? I mean, I'll be fine, right? Can't you just write me a note saying I'm on the mend?
I sure can.
Brave boy after all.
You're a very brave boy after all.
Huh? Brave? What makes you say that?
Well, if you want to rely on your own immune system to clear up your fever, then you'll have to tough it out like this guy.
Acting.
Hang in there, traveler. Are you gonna puke? Paimon can get you a paper bag.
Huh?
As long as you're tough enough to get through the nausea and dizziness caused by the high fever.
And if I'm not tough enough...
Hey! Wake up!
Put it this way. At least you'll never have to see the doctor again, right?
I think maybe I'll take that medicine after all, if that's okay.
Oh, of course.
It's so bitter.
All done. Great job, you two.
That kid really doesn't know what's good for him.
His mother's a guard here. She's been working back-to-back shifts lately. But unfortunately, his father's away on a business trip right now. She had no choice but to bring her son here for the time being. He was quite happy at first. He seemed to think that the Fortress of Meripede would be all fun and games.
So you made us put on that act just to scare a kid into
कॉल आ
taking
रही है
his
बात कर
medicine?
लो बाहर
That's a pretty sneaky trick.
It's a technique I learned from my teacher.
गेट बंद कर दो अच्छी तरह
You had a teacher? Was she... Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I really liked my teacher, so it's always nice when I get to talk. She was a traveler.
She's a...
strict.
Strange way for it.
As it happens...
लेकिन कितना है
Wow, yep.
आगे बढ़े ना कितना थोड़ा बहुत देर हो गई घंटे बात है
A doctor who... Oh, that's actually...
my next
shooting!
मैं कह रहा हूँ बहुत बातें करते हैं काम कम बातें ज़्यादा करते हैं ये लोग।
Well,
फिर वजह
thanks a lot.
मैं तो जा रहा हूँ ये
Should we
बात
get
मेरे
some?
को बातें नहीं पूरी बातें नहीं
Confidential?
करनी
It's fine.
मेरे को
Wait,
काम
you
बताओ
mean considering even if you want to find out?
बहुत बातें लिटरली इतनी बातें कि तेरे सर में दर्द हो जाए
First we... yeah. Next up...
Wait, are those from Fontamer Aberrants?
Finally, we'll need some high-protein meat. Frogs.
Oh!
फ्रॉक कौन डालता भाई
And we're done. Yesterday in the production...
Siegewing really does have the...
अब
Hurry up, Brassa!
Ah, head nurse. Got some extras for me?
Just the one today. The serial number's on the lid.
Sounds good. I'll make sure it gets to...
Sounds like they're talking.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I only wish I could do more.
That won't do. If you reduce your sleeping hours any further, your health will start to suffer.
All right. Nurse's orders.
चल भाई
Well, I'm done with work for today. Thanks for helping out, you two.
Seems like the guards and staff...
Head nurse, please, wait. I'm sorry to disturb you this late.
Okay.
The guard at the observation ward, Odal.
Huh.
You were right to tell me.
Looks like we've got
चलो
one job
चलो
as medical...
ज़्यादा बातें कम फिर ऊपर भाई तेरा वाला हो नहीं पे जा रहे थे तो जल्दी क्या खा ले ये डकार आ रही है पूछ
Head nurse, you're finally here. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but I believe I've now made a full recovery. After giving it some thought, I'm sure that I was probably just seeing things.
I totally understand.
Again, so sorry. I was in such a state this
आप ही
morning,
मांग पैर
I
पकड़
barely
गए
recall anything.
Oh, not at all. It's a lot.
You're Pinky.
पिंकी
All right. All indicators seem normal.
So it was a stress-induced hallucination after all?
Well, we've certainly had previous cases of mental illness caused by overwork.
Please, head nurse, you shouldn't blame yourself. Thanks for looking after me. I'll be as good as new after a good night's sleep.
ठीक है
It can be difficult to... I suggest you take 2 days off to focus on your recovery.
Great. I can't thank you enough, head nurse.
Mr. Odilon, could you escort him back?
Of course. I'm on guard duty in the administrative area tonight, so nothing will go wrong.
Guess you're finally done for the day now, huh?
अभी तो और होंगे इसके लिए पेशेंट
Yep. But I still haven't gotten around to making that improved lotion for you yet.
Oh, no rush! Seriously, it's super late now. You should go get some rest.
Well, tomorrow it...
Oh, don't you worry. Yeah, sleep tight.
का 8 से 12 मॉर्निंग तेरा वाला 8 से 12 8 से 12 8 से 12
My parents... Paimon really did sleep like a log. Let's go find Seedream.
कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई क्या उसके साथ? ऐसा क्यों लग रहा?
Stack my plate up high, then squash it all down. Take a
Huh?
deep breath,
कौन मेरी
and
मैन
wolf it down in one go. That way, I get to eat my fill without wasting too much time. What?
Whoa! How is the infirmary even busier than yesterday?
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. I have a few people here for a checkup, so you might need to wait for a while.
No problem. Anything we can do to help?
There's a bit of a complicated situation here. I'm still getting to the bottom of it myself.
You have to believe me.
You're in a medical facility. Keep it down.
Please, listen to me. I'm not Gascon. I'm Ui.
You're a horrible liar, you know that? We get all your mugshots with the arrest warrants.
You mean because of the way I look? I don't know what happened. I just woke up like this. Then you guys dragged me in here for an interrogation.
I brought you here to figure out what's going on. If you truly are the victim of an injustice...
All right.
This is nuts. Yesterday...
Morning, Your Grace. What's going on?
Remember the case I mentioned yesterday?
Mhm.
The one brought to me by the Marachose Phantom?
That's even weirder than what that guy was saying yesterday.
The thing is, none of them have been able to provide any evidence whatsoever to support their claims.
And we thought yesterday was as busy.
We've compiled their statements. Have a look.
ठीक है.
Wait.
Yeah.
Release? Interesting. The inmates they spoke of in their statements appear to all be due for release today.
I noticed that too. If that's their plan, they're underestimating us a little. Every serious offender
Underestimate?
claims that there's someone else who just so happens to be due for release today. And they're expecting us to go along with that.
All the more reason to be cautious. Lumberzar, check the release list for today and make sure no one
Wow.
gets processed.
I'm on it.
It's conceivable that our group of serious offenders...
We did consider that possibility.
ठीक है.
But I mean, just look at them.
Only if they're dead ringers for the inmates due for release.
Yes, the inmates' mugshots were attached to the list. The only other thing that stands out to me is that their voices sound...
Oh, really?
Give me a moment.
Give me a moment.
I know, it's not time to change your dressing yet, but please bear with me.
Gotcha.
Huh? Isn't that the guy from yesterday?
This should be Honore. He has very severe facial ulcers, which require an operation in the hospital at the Court of Fontaine.
Yes, like I told you. I'm not Putton. I'm Honore.
So there has been a swap. Well, I can see what happened in
swap.
Cotton's case. But how do you explain the other inmates?
Soul switch bodies. Are you?
You're not telling me they're... soul-switched bodies.
No, I believe it was their faces that got switched. The method is a bit like replacing a tooth. Take the bad tooth out, put a false one in. Traveler, Paimon, do you remember Eric from the other day?
Yeah, sure do.
Then you can be my witnesses.
कौन सा है रे भाई? क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं बोल रहे. कर रहा बस.
So, you're Eric?
Yes, head nurse. It's me.
I need to do another examination on you. Same procedure as yesterday.
All right. It's the cognition test first, right? So I need to concentrate.
Now, try to recall if you can. The last time we did this test, which finger did I hold up?
Index finger.
I believe it was your index finger.
पता?
But that means...
Huh?
So basically, last night the Eric who said he saw another him suddenly recovered and applied to leave the observation ward. Seedring did another test before letting him leave, but that time she held up her pinky finger.
Huh? I don't know about any test last night.
there was... Well, in that case, there is a reasonable explanation.
So, what exactly happened?
The gang of serious offenders wanted to break out of prison. Last night, when Odilon was on duty, they ambushed him and had one of their groups switch appearances with him using their face-swapping method. That allowed them to avoid scrutiny from the other guards. Then, once all the other inmates were asleep, however, they made one mistake. Real Eric came to the guards for help, but we didn't know then what we know now. So we put it down to hallucination and sent him to the observation ward. However, since one of the gang members was posing as a guard...
Right, because I put Eric on the observation list by...
Hence why the imposters had to pull that little stunt.
Yeah, it all makes sense now!
Well, I can't...
अगर हम चल
Criminals
भाई
altering their facial appearance to commit crimes is nothing new. In fact, one of the explicit duties of the Malazines and the Marachose, we carefully examined all the suspects, and there is no evidence that any means of disguise were used in this case.
Huh. Well then, how do we explain...
Well, so far, it seems more likely that the gang...
A shape-shifting potion?
Forgive me, head nurse, but this is...
Yes, I am.
But...
क्या है बट
Please
क्या आगे
trust me in my professional opinion as an experienced clinician.
At the same time, without any solid evidence, it's pure speculation. Yep.
Okay. Well, it was our negligence that meant we...
Your Grace, bad news. I paused the releases like you asked, but we were too late. A bunch of people already got processed 2 hours ago. I checked the list, and sure enough, it's all the people who gave statements.
2 hours ago? That's before today's interrogations began.
So there really was a switch after all.
We should be able to catch up with them if we leave now, right?
Not if that potion is real. They can just switch faces again after leaving the fortress.
Yikes! So we're at a complete dead end!
Well, technically there is what we were only able...
Oh? What? Isn't that the
handsome? One of the crime at first, thanks to his report.
What a hero!
No doubt. That aside.
Understood, Your Grace. My team and I will head to the Fontaine Research Institute right away. In the meantime, please keep an eye...
Of course.
Miss Morgade? Well...
don't say...
Don't worry.
You...
If I may, miss... And if you really are... Ah, there you go, right on cue. Knew I could count on you.
Okay. Greetings. Sorry to impose, but I'm afraid we're here on Earth.
The Marachose Phantom. Let me guess, you're investigating some more illegal research?
Not this time, no. We're looking for a researcher.
What? Oh yeah, Mr. Handsome, right? He actually doesn't work on site here very often. There's a handful of researchers in the nearby area who know him pretty...
Just a handful? Paimon figured he'd be the most popular guy around.
Well, I guess you could say he's popular, at least on a superficial level. He's blessed with good, but in all his time here at the Fontaine Research Institute, I don't think he's ever had a single deep conversation about his research with his peers. That's no way to make real friends around here.
आगे का बढ़ा है
That's so weird. He definitely didn't come across like a recluse at that product promotion.
I don't find that weird at all. He definitely didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's, good at making friends.
Really?
Okay, we should talk with his acquaintance.
Sure thing!
ठीक है चलने का ले बाद अपनी हेल्थ बढ़ाया हूँ हाँ हेल्थ का सिस्टम तेरा एक भी ना भाई यार आती है
Terra Smash! Quake! Rise with the sun! Wrath from the sky! Incinerate! Charge! Yeah! Light it up! Full throttle! Pyroclastic surge!
Are these edible?
पे नहीं है पर इस खाने की दी
Running late again. What?
Full throttle!
अंदर जाओ जाके देख है उसमें मिल रहा है
Hip.
क्या बोलने हैं
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
पे लोड नहीं हुआ था हमने कहीं। देखते हैं।
Light of the blazing sun!
सही है।
Hey there, are you in Teep?
What do you want?
क्या चाहिए तुझे?
We're here to ask about Rawat. Any idea where he might be?
Close? Not sure that's the word
बड़ा
I'd use.
attitude में बात कर
He
रहा
wouldn't even.
Huh?
It's been a good few days since I last saw him. I don't know where he's at. Go ask someone else.
Would the patent in question happen to be related to the new skincare product he developed?
Yeah, kinda. Butterfly dew, or whatever he calls it.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Keep going.
Most of the other researchers here focus on mechanics, energy, stuff like that. I get why he wouldn't be interested in having anything to do with them. But I'm studying coatings. There's a huge overlap in our areas of research. Why would he refuse to work with me? I bought his product once, and noticed it contains a unique substance that might have applications in coatings, too. If it worked out, I could probably make as much as he's making. Don't get me wrong, I had no intention of plagiarizing his work. I was hoping to get official permission to use his findings in my own research. Followed the proper procedure. It was all above board. I would have had to pay him a license fee and everything. But despite that, he turned me down not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's like he's vehemently opposed to the idea of anyone else making the kind of money he does.
Huh. So is Rawat antisocial, or is this guy just jealous? Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any info about Rawat's whereabouts from him. Let's go!
Wait, 1 second. Mr. Antibes, next time you go shopping, you should buy some Buell fruits. Peel the skin, steep in water, then drink. It'll help calm your mood.
Huh? Yeah. Thanks.
Expert. And trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
Excuse us, are you Audrey?
That's me. What is it?
Are you close friends with Rawat?
We're close friends. You mean because I told him I had feelings for him once? I
doubt I'm the first or last at the Institute to make that mistake. Why would you single me out as a close friend? I should have known, really. Men like him, they just enjoy being surrounded by fawning women. They're not interested in a serious relationship.
Okay. We were just kind of wondering if you might know where we can find him.
Why would I know where he's at? I barely know him, and he probably doesn't even remember me.
Ugh, this is getting annoying. Shall we go ask someone else?
I think she knows Rawat better than she cares to admit. If we leave now, it might be a wasted opportunity.
Maybe, but we're not going to get much out of her while she's in this state, are we?
She's displaying symptoms common among people in love, if that's what you mean. But I know a cure.
It's curable?
Oh, we're still no closer to finding Mr. Rawat. Oh, by this point, he could be in grave danger.
Danger? Wait, why are you looking for him again?
Oh, that's right, yeah! The marsh...
What? How has this happened? He seemed fine when I last saw him, and that was only a...
Oh, I see. Well, do you have any thoughts on where he might be right now?
Okay, but this is purely out of concern for his safety. If he's not at the Institute, he might be at his mother's place. I heard she raised him alone, that they had it pretty tough financially, and these days she's housebound due to illness.
Oh, okay. Do you know?
Nope, sorry. I only found out the thing about his mother because it came up in conversation once. I was just trying to find out more about him. When I told him I had a crush on him, I offered to help him take care of his mother. And yeah, maybe that was a stupid idea, but did he really have to yell at me for it? It's like, fine, I can take no for an answer, but what's with the temper tantrum? Unbelievable.
Looks like her love syndrome is flaring up again.
We need to find out Mr. Rawat's mother's address. Let's check with the Marechaussee officers when we
Cool, sounds like a... Sorry to bother you, sir, but are you Bertram?
Who's asking?
Just some concerned citizens helping out the Marechaussee Phantom with an investigation. We'd like to ask you about Rawat's whereabouts, if that's okay. We're told the two of you are pretty close.
Not anymore, we're not. Turns out we don't see eye to eye.
Oh yeah? What happened?
The thing about us researchers is, most of us do what we do for some sort of higher purpose. But not Rawat. All he cared about was how to commercial. He won't even let you work with him unless you sign a confident. Now that I've got my own technical solution for my compressor,
So that's what Rawat is really like.
We'd still like to know where to find...
Wait, you're...
Wow, turns out Seedween's got...
Thing is, I have no real way of knowing where he might be. I stopped working with him 2 months ago, but if you want my advice, I'd say go talk to the peddlers. There's a few he meets with every other day or so.
Peddlers?
Yeah, back when I was working with him, I noticed a little I overheard.
Drugs? Doesn't he work with skincare products?
Who knows? I never cared to find out.
Thank you. You've got...
Welcome. Goodbye, and may we both reach...
Well, that's all 3 researchers. Let's head back to the meetup point.
I'll keep this close.
out thinking Rawat was a handsome researcher with a friendly and cheerful personality. It's such a surprise to learn that his peers have a different impression of him.
So, what's your view of him now, Paimon?
A handsome researcher whose difficult upbringing turned him into a profit chaser with a chip on his shoulder?
So your thoughts about his appearance haven't changed at all?
Well, his looks are kind of a big deal. At least in Paimon's opinion. How does such a handsome guy end up being so—
You can't judge a person so—
Head nurse. Traveler. I assume you've spoken with...
Bertram mentioned Rawat's involvement with some pharmaceutical merchants. Do you know if he's registered any pharmaceutical brands?
Since he was a whistleblower on such a huge case,
How strange. If he was so focused on commercializing his research and averse to sharing his technology with others, why wouldn't he have registered his own brands? Maybe he and his business partners needed to avoid public scrutiny?
You think he may have colluded with the gang? Well, the crime was manufacture and sale of drugs, and that would certainly be in his wheelhouse. We can't rule it out.
Isn't that pretty unlikely, though? He was the one who blew the whistle on them!
Most children who come to me with tooth decay have suffered pain for a long time already, but they'll still try to hide the fact that they eat too many sweets.
If you say so.
I saw him when he came to make his report. You mentioned that he comes from a... By the time he discovered...
That does make a lot— No wonder he's so unsociable. He must be on edge all the time with a gang of crooks breathing down his neck.
In that case, the situation could be worse than we thought. If Rawat was working with the escaped inmates, there shouldn't—
Based on the information we've gathered so far, he was last seen 2 days ago. If
2 days ago? So he—
That was the same day he reported the criminals, too. Not a good sign.
Don't worry, everyone. I believe we still have a chance. Since he disappeared right after blowing the whistle, it's likely that he's gone into hiding.
Yeah, he must have been worried that they'd come for him.
All the more reason to find him as soon as possible. The only...
Yep. When you register a brand, the Court of Fontaine requires...
Okay, then there's no time to lose. Let's...
Try and stop me!
All right, this should be the house. I'm pretty sure this was the address.
Okay. I'll knock.
Sounds like whoever's inside has restricted mobility. Oh, it seems serious. Oh, what's the fastest way to get this door?
Break the door down?
No, I'll handle it. Let the expert deal with it. Calm down. Deep breaths. Remember your training. Control your strength. And... it's open!
Seath, take a few people and lie in wait. Keep your eyes peeled for any activity around the house. The Traveler, head nurse, and I will go inside.
Oh, there. On the bed, there's an old lady. That's gotta be Rawat's mother, right?
We could try, but she is very ill. We mustn't force it.
Well, doesn't look like Rawat's here. She's the only one we can talk to.
Yep. Allow me. Hello, ma'am. Might I ask if you're Rawat's mother? We are trying to locate him. Hard of hearing, perhaps. Does anyone have a picture of Rawat?
I have one here.
I'd like to show you a photo, ma'am. Is this your son? Do you know where he is?
Looks like this isn't gonna work after all.
Well, looks like we're out of leads.
Is it possible he could have avoided returning here?
Maybe.
Guess so.
I suggest we all return there now.
Sorry, officer, but could I stay here for a while?
Of course. Traveler, stay with the head nurse. You're tech.
Also, I'd like some Marechaussee members to stay as well, and keep an eye on the area.
Why's that?
If Rawat knows how serious his mother's condition is, he will return.
Got it. Okay, I'll tell the squad.
Thanks for helping me out yet again, Traveler and Paimon.
No problem. But when you say her condition is serious, do you mean...
Yes. She's barely clinging on to life.
Oh.
Let me take care of a few things first. Could you pass me the towel over there?
Yeah, of course.
I can tell that her family has tried a lot of different treatment methods, including some very expensive medicines. Unfortunately, her condition is so multifaceted that a recovery looks all but impossible.
Seedwing. Paimon bets being a nurse must be pretty tough at times like this.
Yes. It makes me a little sad. In Amelizine's eyes, a human's birth, aging, sickness, and death are as much a part of natural law as some, but human medicine can defy that law to some extent. But it was only after I truly became a doctor that I realized miracles don't always happen. Even the greatest doctors cannot cure all diseases.
Seedwing.
Well, don't worry about me, Paimon. A doctor's duty is not to cure all diseases, but to treat whatever ailments they can. At the very least, I can lower her fever. That way she'll suffer less. And she might even be able to see her son.
Yeah. All the more reason to find Rawat as soon as possible, even if we don't catch those crooks.
Oh, her fever is getting worse. Could I get some hot water?
Sure, we're on the case.
I'll take care of her. Fetch me some hot water. the hot water?
Sure did. And look what else we found. Judging by this journal, it seems like Rawat has a private lab. There's a good chance he could be there right now. We gotta go tell Officer Morgan right away.
Oh, that's great news. But hold on just a moment. The wet towel is ready. I'm giving you another injection. Are you feeling better now? It's all right. We'll go bring him back. Please hang in there.
Thank you.
No, don't look this way. I'm supposed to be hiding, remember? Captain's orders.
Hip.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later? How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Hip.
Officer Morgan! They're already here!
We came as soon as we heard the news. I can't believe we were so careless.
Don't blame yourself. Right now, we need to focus on
There's a mechanical door over here! Hopefully the instructions in Rawat's journal will help us open it.
It's open. Let's go in. Laid bare.
How did they get in here? Captain, up ahead! Those look like our fugitives!
So they found this place too? Don't let any of them escape! Try and stop me! Wrath from the skies!
Captain, according to our list, many of the fugitives aren't accounted for.
So these guys were just the lookout crew.
The Marashose Phantom! How did they find this place?
Wait, it's that guard from the fortress!
That's right, I'm on your side. I mean, the Duke sent me. What's the matter? Some sort of mix-up?
Mr. Odilon, didn't I tell you a few days ago that you need to stop all field work until you've recovered?
Well, you know, gotta help His Grace out, share the load.
Officer Morgan, this man is an imposter. The real Mr. Odilon has no recent health issues.
What? But I...
Looks like the head nurse was right about the face-swapping method. Arrest them all! DuPont, stay here and keep guard. And watch the exit.
Got it.
So many jars. Was this some sort of production facility?
This scent. It's probably the ingredients used to make butterfly dew.
How come they're all empty? Did it sell so well that he ran out of supplies?
How strange. Why would Rawat choose to manufacture a popular product like that in such a difficult-to-reach location? Given our suspicion that he may have been coerced into the illegal drug trade, I would have thought that any production facility we find here would be used for illicit purposes.
Perhaps butterfly dew is itself an illegal drug.
Do you have any evidence for that claim?
No, just a guess. We need to find Rawat as soon as possible. He has all the answers we need.
Understood.
Doesn't look like we're gonna get this door open. Let's find another way around. This one's closed too. What's with those carts and tracks? Oh, maybe it's one of those doors that opens when it senses cargo passing through. There's a loaded cart right over there. Let's bring it to the door and give it a try. This room's much smaller than the others.
Judging by the implements on the table, this looks like a potion-making lab.
Head nurse! Over here.
Let's see. Huh? Robot's clothes.
Perhaps they stripped him down, left the clothes behind, and disposed of him somewhere else?
Yikes, Deidreen, where did that come from?
Oh, what a tragic way to go. Especially with such a bright future ahead of him.
There's a path leading further on, Officer Morgan.
There's a whole bunch of people in there.
Are you serious? You're telling us that within a day, our faces are going to rot like yours?
Fontanian physiology changed dramatically after that great flood, and it's not as compatible with this face-changing solution as before. The side effects are as you can see.
Why didn't you say anything before we all used it?
Look, my plan got you all out of prison, didn't it? You'd have much bigger problems to worry about right now if the Marshal Say Phantom found out about your other crimes. Consider an ugly mug getting off lightly.
Ugh. You're just lucky we didn't leave you in there after you disappeared on us with no warning. We only let it slide because we're former partners. And now you have the gall to pull a stunt like this?
Partners? Make no mistake, each of us is only looking out for himself. If you place too much trust in others, well, I'm afraid that's your problem. You hid things from me too. Remember how you each had a spare potion? You kept quiet about it until we planned the prison break?
Oh, and you didn't have a secret spare? Then do you want to explain how you melted your face off before all this?
Guys, that's enough. Calm down. It is what it is. Arguing won't change anything. What's the plan, Parton? I'm assuming you brought us here for a reason?
There is no plan. We followed him here on the promise of more. Besides, what does it matter now anyway? He already said, even if we did get our hands on more of that stuff, switching faces again solves nothing. They're still gonna melt off eventually.
I said enough arguing! Parton, tell us the plan.
The most practical solution is to continue using the—
Are you kidding me? This stuff was hard enough to get a hold of even when we had a supply. Now you're asking—
Well, there is another option. But you'll have to make a deal with me first.
Okay, now we're talking. What's the deal?
I have a document I took from that researcher that details how to make a replacement. Just give me one bottle of the undiluted fluid, and I'll get to work. What's the problem? I thought you always kept reserves. Or do you really just have one spare bottle each?
What do you think? That we were shipping them into the fortress of Meripede by the basket load?
Well then, say hello to never showing your marred faces in...
Get him! Let's see if that document even exists!
Freeze! Marashosei Phantom!
What? Who let them in?
Officer Morgan, before anything else, please find out Rawat's status.
What?
I don't see him. Hand over the hostage now, if you want any chance of avoiding an extension to your sentences.
Spare us your condescending attempts to coax us back to our cells. You think we're looking to negotiate? Rawat is dead.
Patton?
Arrest them all! Don't let anyone get away!
He might feel a little prick. That wasn't very nice.
Light of the blazing sun! Incinerate!
Antenna! Grip me! Strike! Hero incoming! Hero incoming!
Terra Smash! Quick!
Rise with the sun! Pyroclastic surge!
Gotta say.
Some patients respond better to a more aggressive treatment plan. Did we get everyone?
Captain, we finished the head count. Potten's missing.
Over there! The door's closing!
One group trying to arrest me, another trying to hunt me down. Good. I gotta kill two birds with one stone.
How did he get up there? There must be a secret passage somewhere. Find it!
Don't waste your energy. I already sealed it off.
How naive. We have more people outside. If we're not back out by the agreed time, they'll come to our rescue.
Well then, you'd better hope they get here in time.
There's some kind of gas leaking from the pipes. Be careful, it's poisonous.
This is our distribution center, where we store the product derived from our source solution. We had to use special fire prevention methods to prevent. The pipe network here was designed to emit a gas for firefighting. One little modification later, and it makes an efficient death trap.
Why would you do this?
Oh, please. If they can't supply what I need, they're of no further use to me. Besides, I can't have him exposing my potential whereabouts.
He's a maniac! Come on, we gotta find a way to open that door!
Go ahead, struggle in vain. Once the last of you croaks, no one will ever find me again. So long!
Are you sure you're ready to leave, Patton? You haven't changed your dressing today.
You can't cure my face, just give up.
And what if I could?
Nice try. You're just trying to stall me. Don't you worry about me. I'll find a way to cure my face once I get out of here.
Oh, I doubt it. After all, Fontanians can no longer dissolve in primordial seawater.
What the... How did you...
The key component of the face-changing potion is the fluid left behind by dissolved Fontanians. It might look like ordinary water, but it has some unique elements in it. Before the flood, all Fontanians were oceanids, physiologically speaking. A potion made from that fluid could dissolve and reconstruct the face of a Fontanian, In much the same way as hydroidolins change form. Theoretically, it could give someone any appearance they wished. But since the flood, Fontanians have become true humans. They can no longer provide the source material for this potion.
Are you saying this potion is made from Fontanians dissolved with primordial seawater?
How could you know all of this? No, wait. Of course! Well, well.
It also means that I have a formula you're unaware of. The air's getting thicker. It's getting hard to breathe.
I might get to make a deal today after all. Alright, keep talking. How do you intend to give me the formula?
Oh, it's not a formula, but a finished product. I have a bottle of it right here.
What?
When I tried Rawat's skincare product, I noticed it had a certain special component in it. So I had my friends gather some other ingredients for me, and sure enough, a little experimenting later, I'd produced the potion. I'm guessing his skincare lotion contains the fruits of your joint research?
Huh. Impressive guesswork. Yeah, we were his supplier for some of the raw ingredients. But it only contains a tiny amount of the active ingredient. The effect is minuscule compared to the undiluted fluid.
Well, I found a way to reverse the dilution process, giving the skincare lotion a similar effect to the fluid it is derived from.
That's impossible.
If I tell you some of the ingredients, I think you can figure it out. First, you need to combine tainted hydrophantasm tissue with transoceanic pearls at a ratio of around 3 to 7.
Tainted hydrophantasms and transoceanic pearls. I see. Can't believe I never thought of that.
So, can we make a deal?
Sounds good to me. There's a delivery pipeline beneath this window. Drop the potion in, and I'll release you all.
Nope, not trusting you that easily. You're like those naughty kids who try to hide their illness. Open the sluice gate first.
Even if you're not bluffing, your potion won't cure my face permanently. You really think you have any leverage here? I'm not closing the valve this time. Plots?
Fine, then I'll just stand here with the potion in my hand. And when I faint from the poison, I'll drop it and it'll be destroyed.
No.
It's open!
Disable that sluice gate! Jam it! Don't let it close again!
That's more like it. In that case, a promise is a promise.
Head nurse, there's too much poison gas in here. We have to leave, now!
That was too close. That button is a real nasty piece of work.
Oh, don't be too quick to sit down. Moving around a little will help relieve the soreness. Same goes for you, Traveler. Oh, but Paimon, you should be fine, right?
Flying fast is pretty tiring too, actually. Anyway, that's not important right now. Paimon's still shocked to learn that there's a whole criminal operation going on behind that skincare lotion.
Shame I ended up giving the improved version to Potten after finally making it for you. I'll make you some more, I promise.
No, please don't. Paimon doesn't want to use that stuff anymore. Yeah, Paimon was just kidding.
Head nurse. I've done a final head count of our team and the criminals. Everyone's here and doing fine. We're ready to escort the fugitives back to the fort. It's a shame that we didn't find Rawat.
What a horrible bunch. Especially that Potten guy. If he hadn't made good on that deal, we'd all be dead because of him.
No, we wouldn't. I always keep a whole bunch of antidotes on me for emergencies. And one of them neutralizes that poison gas. We'd have been fine, even if you hadn't opened the gate.
What? Then why did you give him the potion?
If this is true, I must concur. Sorry to be blunt, but I think you made a bad decision by handing him that bottle. If he changes his appearance and flees Fontaine, it's unlikely that we'll ever find him. No matter how cooperative his accomplices are when we question them.
No, you don't understand. I gave him the potion precisely so we could be sure where he'll go next.
What do you mean?
We gotta hurry. She won't last much longer.
Don't move a muscle. I might be short, but I pack a mean punch. Captain, you're just in time. While I was lying in wait, I spotted this crook snooping around, trying to find a way in. So I detained him.
Whoa. His face.
Are you... Potten? So this is where you were heading, huh?
What?
This is how Potten looked before his face was marred. His current appearance matches the mugshot on his arrest warrant.
I see.
Wait, so what's going on? Wasn't the whole point of the potion to disguise himself and escape Fontaine? Why would he change back to his original face and run right into our trap?
Enough of this nonsense. Let me in.
You better pipe down. There's an old lady in there who's very sick. No way are we letting a crook like you.
To heck with it. Listen to me. I'm Rawat. That's my mother in there.
He's gotta be lying, right? Rawat was a victim in all this. He was forced into it against his will. How can he and this monster be the same person?
Forced against his will? That's the funniest thing I've heard. Heck, when I was being coerced, everyone thought I was colluding of my own free will. And then when I actually became a criminal in my own right, you all suddenly thought I must be under duress. Amazing what a difference a handsome face makes.
Save us the speech.
You want an explanation? Fine. I'll tell it how it is. When I was just Potton, the whole world treated me with contempt.
Ew. What do you want? Get away from me.
Women despise me.
Collaborate? You don't look like much of a researcher to me.
My peers scorned me.
Mr. Potton, was it? I'm most interested in your research. Consider my offer carefully. I doubt you'll find other investment opportunities.
Only villains would work with me.
You want out of the game? Forget about it. Turns out, I slipped up a little. Left your picture with some Marechaussee Phantom officers. Easy mistake to make. Now they've listed you as an accomplice and drawn up an arrest warrant. So I suggest you put any thoughts of running away to rest. If you get caught by the guards for being in the synth business...
There was no way out for me. Until I could stop being Potton.
Mr. Rawat, I have something I'd like to tell you.
I became popular with women.
This new potion you developed is fascinating. Genius, in fact. Would you consider working with me? I'd be happy to sign a licensing agreement.
My peers looked up to me.
Okay, I'm very interested in your research, sir. You must no doubt have offers from countless investors, so far be it for me to ask for a full collaboration, per se. I merely wanted to express my interest. No pressure at all, naturally.
And the villains even began to fear me. Becoming Rawat showed me what a superficial world we live in. But I did not hold a grudge. After all, this superficiality could be made to work in my favor. Or so I thought. But alas, the world seemed bent on finding a reason to make me despise it. Mother, I'm back. How are you doing?
Who are you?
I bought the best medicine Mora could buy, but nothing would cure her illness. In the end, I hoped she'd at least be able to see her son one last time before she passed, but when everyone else rejected me, the only person who cared about me was my mother. Then, when I became a rising star in the Fontaine Research Institute, I was unrecognizable to her.
I have to let her see me again. Even if it means donning my own wretched, ugly face. Well, is that enough explaining for you? Now do you understand? Let me inside already!
Have you ever considered if you'll even be able to look your mother in the eyes after what you've done? You found a way to completely change your identity. You could easily have escaped from them. But no.
Why would I want to give up on such a lucrative business? The profits were dozens of times that of the synth business, and it was all above board.
So you kept being a villain just for the money?
Villain? By what standard? Is doing evil deeds really what makes someone a villain in your eyes? Or does it all come down to the way they look? None of you saw a villain when I was wearing my other face, did you? You have no right to judge me! You're all just fake people living in a hypocritical world! I regret nothing! My mother would understand!
You're a villain to the core! But honestly, I don't see a villain when I look at your current face either.
Don't humor me. You don't seem surprised by my confession in the least.
I didn't know anything for sure until you chose to take that potion bottle and spare our lives. But if you're asking when I started suspecting you, I had to confirm my suspicions. That's why I chose to join this investigation.
Are you kidding me? A young, promising researcher and a wretched criminal?
Well, there were no visual clues. This potion's face-changing effects are there, but I believe I understand humanity a little better than most of my
Fundamental qualities, huh? So you think you're the one who's seen through me, too? Most people probably don't know this, but I think I can guess what your deal is. You used it yourself, didn't you? That's why you have a
Seedween? Yes, you're right.
I'll bet it was back in the days when Melazines were discriminated against because of their appearance. It was either carry on living in the gutters as part of an alien race cast out by humanity, or become the head nurse of the fortress of Meripede, revered by all. Not a hard choice to make, so you see, you and I were the same. And I'm the one who saw through you!
That's not important right now. You came here to see your mother, didn't you? Well...
Huh?
Head nurse, I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Don't worry. Back in the warehouse when I traded the potion for our lives, I was doing it to test him. He was willing to risk sacrificing his only chance of escaping capture by opening the gate in exchange.
I see.
So before you arrest him, please allow him to see his mother one last time. The Traveler and I will accompany him. You have nothing to worry about.
All right. I understand.
I don't trust this guy much. Be careful.
Join the head nurse inside. If he tries anything at all, shout.
Mom? It's me, Potton, your son. You recognize me now, don't you? Mom, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, but I have some bad news. I examined your mother last time we were here, and it appears that due to her prolonged fever, she's lost her eyesight.
What?
Your appearance no longer has any bearing on her ability to recognize you. But there are always other ways to remind our loved ones who we are. Wouldn't you say?
No, it can't be. Please, Mom, open your eyes. It's me, your son, Potton. If you really can't see my face, then here, take my hand. Tell me you feel your son's hand. I've done so much to get to this point. Please, you have to recognize me. No.
The temperature of his palm must have changed. I'm sorry. It seems I couldn't bring him back to you after all.
It's you. Thank you.
Of course.
Mom, why will you answer her and not me? Why?
No more questions, Potton. She's gone.
Mom?
I'm sorry to say this, Potton, but you and I are not the same.
wait is over, everyone! The sale of our new skincare product, Romaritime Essence, will now begin.
Another skincare promotion! And it's selling as fast as last time. Wonder what people would think if they knew what was in the last batch. Oh, Seedween's here too! Hey, Seedween!
Oh, Traveler Paimon, hello!
Of course! Nurse's orders, right? Anyway, are you here to take notes for your next—
Actually, I'm mostly here to help Officer Morgan wrap up yesterday's case.
Ah, that reminds Paimon. That stuff sold like crazy, didn't it?
Nope, there's nothing to worry about. Unless modified, butterfly. Besides, officers have already retrieved all butter. After consulting Monsieur Nervulette, I came up with a way to neutralize any harmful effects.
Wow, it's Seedween to the rescue again!
Thank you for serving as our consultant, head nurse. All the butterfly dew we recovered has been disposed of, according to your instructions.
Great! Good job, everyone!
Also, you mentioned you wanted a copy of Rawat's interrogation records. Well, technically, Potten's record. After he saw his mother for the last time, it was like all his mental defenses came crashing down. Apparently, the formula was something he discovered by chance while helping the criminal gang produce synth. Their supplier was Vache, but it made for a seamless collaboration. One man's trash was another man's treasure.
Vache again, huh? Is there still no end to the harm he caused?
Make no mistake, the crimes of Vache and his accomplices will come to an end. It's only a matter of time. Since the flood cut off their supply of primordial seawater, they've been forced to resort to riskier methods, like using their private reserve to attack people on the street. Naturally, those attempts. After receiving numerous reports, we were able to zero in on the gang.
That sounds more like it!
Based on what he told us in his confession, he tried to throw us off his tail, but there was one thing he hadn't anticipated.
So he tried this once before, huh?
Looking at the interrogation records...
Yes, which is why I suspect that even so.
I understand.
Why did you want them anyway?
Potten was one of my patients, so I need to put together a medical file for him. My teacher always stressed that a person's life experiences are just as important to their file as their medical history.
Why are you still treating him like your patient?
Well, that may be true, but a patient is a patient.
One last thing, head nurse. Please keep everything you know about this. It would be for the best if most of Fontaine knows nothing of its existence.
Of course. Not to worry.
Thank you for understanding.
So, Seedween, did you really use that potion yourself?
Why do you sound so surprised, Paimon? I told you all about it.
You mean that story about the witch and the—
Yes, but... I know. There are some secrets I can't tell anyone about. But considering... Before I tell you, though, could you follow me somewhere? I want to pay my respects to an old friend.
Of course!
Stocks are running low, so purchase soon to avoid disappointment. Stocks are running low, so purchase soon to avoid disappointment.
I'll expedite it, but custom-made clothes normally take longer to make. Should you leave before they're ready, I'll ship them to you via Komini Express. Oh, it's nothing. You gave me very precise measurements. Oh, and if you'd like, I can... Is that so? If I'm not wrong, you favor... I merely followed your gaze and made a few... short on... so you're hesitating for other... Flip one. Head spy. Toss it. The moment you do... So... You needn't look. It's time for you to don't miss out on some... Excellent. Traveler, care to join us? Suit yourself. Ms. Dia?
Nervalette and Risley, they're here too!
Good to see you, Traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you?
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office on important business.
Is that genuinely something people would consider big news?
Why wouldn't they? Important business is a big deal.
Yes, you're quite right. When someone you care about requires emotional... After reading the Maréchal Phantom's reports...
Take note. That, my friends, is how Monsieur Neuvillette shows that he cares.
So the old friend she mentioned was her teacher then? The wit? Oh, sorry. Paimon didn't mean to be rude. It's only 'cause Siegwing calls her that all the time, so...
I doubt she considers that title to be offensive, Paimon. Don't worry.
Indeed. In those days...
Wow. It's...
Younger colleague. Well, that Siegwing served a sentence in the fortress of Meripede hundreds of years ago, and after she did her time, she decided to stick around. She's been an integral part of our administration ever since. Strictly speaking, the head nurse has been around longer than most people in the fortress.
She served a sentence?
Yes. Long before I became Udex, there was an ancient law in Fontaine that prohibited any attempt to transform another species into a human. Initially, I and most researchers believed this law to have been imposed due to ethical concerns. But now, it seems more likely that the law was nothing more than an insurance policy, a way for Egeria to ensure that her people would...
Ignorance is bliss, as they...
Siegwing had her reason.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened back then?
Certainly. Siegwing does not object to her close friends learning about her history.
Even with their daughter so ill, they kicked you out? Stubborn as always. Shame that I don't have the energy to get over there. You're laughable, you old witch. You want to save everyone in Fontaine, but you can't even save the patient before you.
Master, what are you...
I discovered a strange disease. One I suspect that every Fontainian suffers from. I had no choice but to experiment on myself to find a cure.
Then I'll find a cure for you, and then you can go cure her.
There's no need. I am beyond saving now. There's nothing...
But, Master...
As I said before, a doctor's duty is to treat whatever ailments they can.
I know. I'll do whatever it
Even if it means breaking the law and being punished for it.
As long as I don't hurt anyone. Yes.
Then I shall make one more final gamble. If I am able to work this miracle, then I will have found a way to save all Fontanians. If not, then it means there is one more disease in this world that I cannot treat. I will leave you a parting gift. An accidental discovery happened upon through my study of this strange disease.
When Sigewinne returned, the miracle had not occurred. She found a potion bottle and a note on the table. After using the potion as instructed, she gained her current form, breaking Fontaine's law in the process. And after I had confirmed the veracity of the events, I gave my verdict.
So that's what happened.
I fear Sigewinne only understood the full story after the truth about the dissolution of Fontanians was. When I reflected on all this with that knowledge in hand, I felt a deep sense of regret. As I used the law to uphold justice, after the final details of the events surrounding Sigewinne's transformation.
Wonder how she feels about all this.
Since she invited you here, I imagine she intends to speak of these matters with you, no?
You're here. The old friend I mentioned was my teacher. When she passed, her body was nowhere to be found. All that's left of her is an empty tomb. And even that's deep underwater now.
Sigewinne, the witch who gave you the magic potion, she was your teacher, wasn't she?
Sounds like Monsieur Neuvillette filled you in.
After learning the truth, it must have been hard to process, huh?
Well, to be honest, after I realized what really happened that night, my first thought was that it kind of made sense. It seemed exactly like the sort of thing she would do.
But she was planning to sacrifice herself and never told you.
That's just who she was. If lying is what it took to get a kid to take their medicine, then that's what she'd do.
Alright, but why did you turn yourself in?
I broke the law, simple as that. My teacher made her choice, and I made mine.
True. It's just the way Patton framed it when he was asking you all those questions, it made Paimon really mad. You're not like him at all, and everything Neuvillette said confirms that. And yet, you were still convicted and thrown in prison. It just feels so unfair.
Unfair? I happen to think just the opposite. If I hadn't served that time, I'm not sure I would have been able to stay strong when he was questioning me.
Well, what makes you say that?
I knew you'd be curious. Let me tell you a story. The verdict came down. This Melusine is guilty. The Iudex defended the authority of Fontaine law, but he did not confiscate the Melusine's medical kit. And so, the Fortress of Meripede gained a new little doctor. She still wore her hood and raincoat, even though it never rained in the fortress. Perhaps thanks to her human appearance, no one refused her treatment. She treated more and more patients, and her sentence grew ever shorter. Finally, the people of the fortress could not live without her, and though her sentence ended, she did not leave them either. Then one day, she received an invitation from the outside world. The location seemed familiar, and when she arrived, an old lady was waiting for her. She saw right through the Melusine's disguise, but didn't reveal it. Instead, she asked a question.
Tell me, why do you think you gained the respect of so many people, despite being a Melusine?
Because I look like a human?
It's been 50 years, Sijuin, and you haven't aged a day. I think everyone knows you are not human. I finally found you, after all these years. I still remember, you know. It was you who saved me that night.
But how? I was no longer a Melusine by then.
Does it really matter if you're human or Melusine? I remember the warmth of your palm. It's quite unmistakable. And you know what? It hasn't changed one bit. You don't have to hide anymore, Sijuin. These days, everyone wants to make friends with Melusines. And I think that it's all because of you. I'm sorry I couldn't say this until now, but thank you, Dr. Melusine.
Now that's an ending Paimon can get behind.
After hearing everything Paten said, I wanted to tell him that it didn't matter who he looked like on the outside. But it was too late. The warmth in his palm had already disappeared. I tried to treat him, but the roots of his problem had nothing to do with his face. I understand. Thanks, you two. I appreciate you being here for me while I talk this through.
Oh, it's nothing. Our pleasure.
Oh, there's one more reason I invited you here. It's about time I finally give you what I promised. In order to restore the appearances of the face-swapping victims, the Marashose Phantom gave me special...
We don't need it, though.
Well, even if you chose to destroy it,
Well, fair enough, but anyway, Paimon's definitely not interested in... Still, if this is the Melusine physiology wasn't affected by the great... After all, from a Melusine point of view, Paimon bets Melusines look the cutest...
Paimon, after everything, do you really think it matters whether I'm Melusine or a human?
Well... What was Paimon thinking? You made up your mind a long time ago! Yeah, let's just destroy this thing.
Leave it to me. I'd like to stay here with my teacher for a little longer.
jet! Water jet!
We can do this!
Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception.
You're open!
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see. Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention. What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
Not bad. Rev the engines! Oh! Light up the blazing sun! Not bad. Something to add to my collection. Try and stop me! Hey, not a bad haul. Rev the engines! Hip. Try and stop me!
Did that grow out of the ground?
Go! Yeah!
Laid bare.
You can always tell which ones are ripe for the picking by the sound they make when you tap on them.
That's all well and good, but I just want our child to grow.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing today's Ad Astra.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they...
Oh, ow! Where did that come from? Benny's adventure team, assemble!
sun! Wrath from the skies! Rev the engines!
It's justice o'clock! Headbutt! Hero incoming! Stop it! Ow,
Bombs away!
Transfixed! Light it up! Light up the blazing sun!
Headbutt!
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge! No more mistakes! Incinerate! Laser band!
Heads up! Hero incoming! It's justice o'clock!
Overruled!
Wipe out!
Headbutt! It's justice!
Wrath from the skies!
Strength is one of those things where you gotta use it or lose it.
Let's ride! Rapid boost! Look out below! Hey! Headbutt! Pyroclastic surge! Incinerate! Full throttle! Why me? It's justice o'clock! Boost! Kapow! It's justice o'clock! Yeah! Headbutt!
Water jet! Yeah!
Wrath from the sky! Why me? Kapow! Volcano Kazlam! Yeah! You're pretty tough. My strength is gone. Transfixed. Light it up. Charge. Light up the blazing sun. Overruled. Witness my rise. It's justice o'clock. Rise with the sun. Pyroclastic surge. Burn it down! Why me? Charge!
I'll only demonstrate this once.
Hero incoming!
यह खराब नहीं हुई, हाल टूट जाते हैं इसके तार। हैं? क्या कह रही हो? मैं सही रखा था, तब से बिल्कुल नहीं गिरा, बिल्कुल नहीं गिरा। अभी कैसे गिर गया?
Light it up! It's justice o'clock! Headbutt! Hey! Full throttle! Light up the blazing sun! Try and stop me!
Bombs away!
Mine to wield. Ha, ha. Rise with the sun! Pyroclastic surge! Incinerate! It's justice o'clock! Heads up! Hero incoming! 'Cause 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 'c
किधर गई? ये रही।
Huh?